In a world where nature reigns supreme, Jackson the bear and Brian the penguin were the unlikeliest of friends. They met on a sunny day by the riverbank, where Brian was fishing for his dinner. Jackson was fascinated by the little bird's fishing skills and struck up a conversation with him. They quickly became friends and started going on adventures together. One day, they decided to go on a sailing trip to explore the vast ocean. They borrowed a ship from a nearby port and set sail. As they sailed further away from the shore, the weather started to turn. The sky turned gray, and the wind started to pick up. The waves grew bigger and more violent, and the ship started to rock back and forth. Jackson and Brian tried to keep the ship steady, but it was getting harder and harder. Suddenly, a massive wave hit the ship, and it started to sink. Jackson and Brian grabbed onto a piece of driftwood and held on for dear life. As they drifted further away from the sinking ship, they saw a group of their friends in the distance. They were also clinging onto pieces of driftwood and struggling to stay afloat. Jackson and Brian knew they had to help their friends. They swam towards their friends, but the ocean was too rough, and they couldn't get close enough. Suddenly, Jackson had an idea. He told Brian to climb onto his back, and they would use his strength to swim towards their friends. As they got closer, they saw that their friends were scared and tired. They knew they had to be courageous and work together to survive the dangerous storm that threatened to sink their ship. Jackson and Brian instructed their friends to hold on to their backs, and they would swim towards the nearest island. It was a long and tiring journey, but they finally made it to the island. They were exhausted and hungry, but they knew they had to find shelter and food. They searched the island and found a cave that would provide them with shelter from the storm. They also found some fruits and vegetables that they could eat. They made a fire and cooked their food. They sat around the fire, telling stories and laughing, grateful to be alive. The storm eventually passed, and they were able to build a raft to sail back home. They said their goodbyes and promised to go on more adventures together. From that day on, Jackson and Brian's friendship grew stronger, and they went on many more adventures together. They learned that even in the face of danger, courage and teamwork could save the day.